Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Today we're sitting in this particular spot because I would like to show off my quickly growing vinyl collection. Yes, sirree. It's getting full, both shelves, and there's a little few down there too that are not sorted yet, so I'm happy about that. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the final scores for the Canadian Sjporr Challenge. And I've got some good news, and I've got some bad news. But it's not so bad news. Let's talk about that on this week's Homebrew Wednesday. Oh, right on. Okay. Also today we'll talk about, I got a question about this guitar here, and some other things that are going on around here, and a really awful thing that I did, which I'm extremely ashamed of, and I'm going to pass it along to you to make sure that you don't make the same mistake. Perhaps you already have. If you have, then you'll be able to relate. So those are the things we'll talk about today, plus whatever else comes to mind. Okay, so the good news and the bad news. Let's talk about the bad news. And it's not such bad news really at all, actually. It's just that it's not the good news. So, you know, we have to polarize it somehow, right? The Canadian finals are finalized. Well, that's why they're called finals. Have you ever noticed you know what? Let's pause for a second. Have you ever noticed if you do these Homebrew Wednesday videos and you don't get it on the first take, you end up half in the bag because you have to pour yourself a fresh beer, and, you know, anyway. Okay, let's get back to the topic at hand. I've got something in my eye as well, which is nice. Right, okay, so the finals are in for the Canadian portion of the Sjporr Challenge, and I did not make the top three. I did not make it to the World Finals, which is fine. I kind of expected that. But the last time I was part of a contest was when I was in high school. It was a talent contest, and I thought I bombed it, and when the end of the thing came up, I won first place. So you never know. It was me and my brother's guitar on stage. And just got up there and sat on a stool and played some song, you know, and I thought, whatever, because there was bands and people playing the piano and all kinds of stuff. I think I've touched something around the house that I'm allergic to. So if you see me rubbing my eyes or my eye, I apologize, because now I don't know what I've done, but I've touched something. So this is not turning out the way it was supposed to. Right. Okay, so the Sjporr Challenge, I did not make it in the top three. As a matter of fact, I came in quite low, but this is not all bad, okay? Because there was 11 entries, okay? And I came in 9th. Okay, now that sounds pathetic, doesn't it? But here, listen to this, and I'll put it on the screen so you can see it. The 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th placed people all had a score of 35 point something. Mine was 35.1. The guy above me, Neil, was 35.4. The guy above him, Nathaniel, is that how you pronounce that? Was 35.4. The guy above him, Jason, was 35.4. The guy above him, Sam, was 35.7. And the guy above him, Mike, was 35.9. So we all like sort of almost tied. You know, and a couple below that, and of course the top three. So there was just some great beers in the challenge, and I'm not at all disappointed at all at the results. I think that the results are accurate. I think they spoke for themselves when I was trying the beers. So yeah, my score 35.1 I thought was right on. I thought it was pretty much smack on to what the beer was where the beer was at. Most of the comments that people put into the scoring section, when I read them, I agreed with them. I think everything was pretty much spot on. One guy was really critical about the beer, but he still liked it. And, you know, all in all, it turned out great. And I'm not disappointed at all. I don't have to, now I don't have to, here's the good news. This is the good news is now I don't have to bottle the rest of that beer and ship it out, and I get to drink it. This chair is going to be the death of me if it doesn't get oiled soon. But I get to drink the rest of this beer now, which is awesome because it's a Craig 2 Porter, and I do like this beer a lot. It's pretty damn good beer. So that's it for the Sjporr challenge for me. I'll be posting the rest of those videos of the reviews very, very shortly. I apologize for the delay. And cheers to everyone who entered from Canada. There were some really awesome, stellar beers in that box when it came, I'm telling you right now. So you guys are doing a great, great job. And, you know, I handed out some pretty good high scores, you know. I tried to be as critical as I could and as honest as I could be, because I'm usually pretty positive, nice guy, and I'm like, yeah, it's homebrew, it's awesome. But I tried to be as judge-like as possible, and I tried to really taste the beers and find out, really, how does this rate out of 50? You know, and so I did my best, and I was very honest, and with all that, I still gave away some pretty damn good scores, because there was some damn good beers in that pile. Okay, all right, let's move on. Last week I got asked about this thing. I'm not going to show the front of it yet. I think they said, is it a Telecaster, or I can't remember what they asked me what this was. Well, here it is, and it's a copy of something, and I'm not a guitar expert, so I don't know. But the brand name, is that loose? No. The brand name, I don't even remember. It's just a crappy old thing. It's a Marlin, M-A-R-L-I-N. Okay? I don't even know if it's tuned. Oh yeah, it is tuned. God, it's been sitting around. It's been banged around and bashed, you know, against things, and it's still in tune. Let me see. Well, I haven't played in a while, so. Yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad for a guitar that's been sitting. It's been bumped, and I haven't played this thing in months. Anyway, it's just a crappy old thing that I got from like a garage sale or something like that. I just wanted to have an electric guitar laying around in case I wanted to, you know, write a song and try to see what it would sound like with, you know, electric guitar. I have guys that can do much better job than I can if I need to have them come in and record or send me files or whatever. So, but that's what it is, and it needs work. The switch is broken. These knobs, you know, go around and around and around. You know, so they probably just have to be tightened or something. But that's what it is. It's nothing big. So, as far as I know, anyway. So, okay. I've been cleaning up my my brewing area, my work area over there, as I call it, and I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to rearrange. I think I'm going to move the bench back to where it used to be, along the wall where the fridge is. And I'm going to lose a little bit of space, but I'm going to gain some floor space. I'd like to be able to walk from this area straight over to there, instead of going around through the laundry area. There's baskets of clothes sometimes over there, and I just don't want to deal with that. And so I might be doing that, so I'm going to be kind of preoccupied for the next week or two. But in the meantime, while I was, you know, tidying and getting things, you know, sorted out, I realized I'd done something really bad. And this is, I'm not happy. I'm not proud of this. I brewed, I kegged a beer a couple of weeks ago. And I guess it was late and I felt like just going to bed afterwards. So I put the lid on the fermenter after it was emptied, and I just put it on the floor, and I went to bed, and I got up the next day and I was rummaging around, and I put a box on top of it, and I was, doing things, and I forgot about it. You guys know where I'm going with this, some of you. 2 weeks went by. And then I go back there and I start thinking, okay, let's get this cleaned up. Take the box off that and go, oh no, I forgot to clean this out. So I put it in the sink. It's nice to have nice big laundry sinks like I have. It's cool for cleaning stuff out. Took off the lid, and guys, I kid you not, and if you're eating, plug your ears. It smelled like dog shit. Like literally. You know when you step on a piece of dog crap and you look at your shoe and and I stepped in dog crap, That's what it smelled like. It was awful. So I thought, it's plastic, right? It's going to absorb the thing. So the bad news is this is not the first time I've done this. I'm so frustrated. Clean your fermenters out right after you empty them so that you don't run into this problem, because I've got PBW in that thing right now. It's been soaking for 2 days. I'm hoping and praying that the smell will come out. See, because what can happen is you can, if you do a batch of beer in there, it can get infected, or it can just take on that awful flavor of the rotten crap that was in there. So if you guys got any suggestions, please put them down in the comments. Or if you have a story similar to that, I'd be happy to read it and put it down below. But we'll see what happens. If I can't get the smell out of there, I have to throw it out. And I'll just buy a new one, which is $15. It's not a big deal, but it's not something I like to do, waste money because I was lazy and didn't clean it out right after. So don't follow my example. Clean your stuff right after, because the longer, especially if it's plastic, the longer that sits like that and everything, you can have problems with off flavors, infections, and whatever. So that's my brewing tip of the week, if you will. Maybe we'll start doing those every week on Homebrew Wednesday if I can think of them. Brewing tip of the week. That's probably a good idea. Okay. I guess lastly, because I'm so busy and I think I'm going to rearrange stuff and I'm not going to be doing a lot of extravagant brewing. You see, the reason why I and you've seen how things are arranged, right? So I can stand behind the bench and do videos. That's why I arranged it that way. But I can't justify it for any other reason, so I'm going to move it back the way it was. And I can still make videos, it just won't be that way. It won't be like behind the bench kind of thing. There's a couple more videos I'd like to do before I move the bench, though. And one of them is a winemaking video. I did one quite a few years ago, so it's kind of outdated. So just from, brewing wine from kits. Of course, it takes about a month to do all the steps, so it'll take me a month to shoot the video. I have a shortcut that I use, by the way. Mine's done in 2 weeks usually, but we won't talk about that. I've got a thing that I can do that makes it's ready in 2 weeks. At least it's clear in 2 weeks. It's not necessarily aged or anything like that, but if I'm in a pinch, I can do it. But I don't recommend it. I follow the instructions on your wine kits. Do them exactly the way they say, and your wine will turn out great every time. I've been brewing for many, many years, so I know all the little corners that you can cut and still get good product. But I don't like to advertise them because it's not good practice to try and teach people how to cut corners. So, so that's that. All right. Cheers. bad at all. Not bad at all. I guess the next thing I'm going to brew, I went to the brew place, the brew store the other day. I've got 2 cans of Coopers. Because that's all I can really do right now. I'm going to be, I can't do all that much right now. I'm going to rearrange stuff. One of them is as an IPA, which I'm going to dry hop. I said this last week, but I didn't get to do that. You say you're going to do stuff, and then sometimes time runs out. So this time I'm going to try it. The other one I bought, they had a sparkling ale up there, Coopers, which I don't normally see. And so I bought one of those, but you have to buy the sparkling ale, and then you have to buy a second can of unhopped liquid malt extract, and then you have to buy 500 grams of dry malt extract, and then you got to buy some dextrose. So it's a more expensive Cooper's kit to brew, but it's probably going to be about 6 to 7% alcohol. It's cool down here now in the basement because the summers it's cooling off the weather, and so I'm going to give it another try. I've heard great things about it, so that's what I'm going to be brewing. That's just about it as far as that goes. Nothing really exciting is going to be happening around here. Now, because of the rearranging of stuff, depending on what I decide to do, I don't know whether I don't know whether I'm going to be able to broadcast this week on Friday. But don't not show up there just because I said that, because I'm going to try my best to be able to broadcast. But if I don't, that's why. And don't forget to check out my website, craigfaraway.com. There's a little box there that will tell you what's going on, and if I got news or some update thing, it will be in that box, and it'll tell you whether I'm broadcasting or not, or whether something's wrong, or why my Homebrew Wednesday is late, or something like that. Forget about Twitter, forget about Facebook. You don't have to sign up for my website. It's absolutely free, and it's not much there, but what is there is the part that tells you what's going on. That's the important part. That's kind of my little update center, that you don't have to be a member of Facebook or Twitter in order to access it, and I think that's the best part. I'll still do Facebook and Twitter, but if you don't have an account of those places, or if you just want to get straight to the chase, then that's where you go. Okay? Anyways, guys, I think I'm probably running out of time. If not, I've gone over. And thank you very much for watching once again on this Wednesday. And that stuff too. Support, it's all good. It helps. I'm this close to buying some new lights for my videos so that I can move the camera around and do it in different locations and not worry about lights, because right now my lights are fixated to the walls and the ceiling and whatnot, so I can't move them. So what I'm trying to do is get portable LED lights that I can move around. I can do videos anywhere I want to in the house, or even outside, even maybe at night. And so that's my next step. I'm in no hurry for it, but the more people support things, the easier that can happen. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not throwing anything in your face. I'm not forcing anything on anybody. The link's at the bottom here. You'll see it at the end of the video, and or actually you're seeing it right now, because I think I already did my little thing already, didn't I? I think I already did the thing. Okay, guys. Listen, thanks a lot for watching, and have a good rest of your week. And with any luck, we'll most likely see you on Friday night on my broadcast. I'll do my very best to make sure that we can make that happen. My very best. I'm looking forward to it already. So just check out my website if you're wondering. I'll keep you as updated as I can. Okay? Have a happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers, guys. 17. All right, so we'll get the other half of what we've got, half of this half in there. See if I can make sure you guys can see that.
You know, once you get your measurements down, you can probably just dump it all in at once. But right now I'm just trying to make sure that I've got the right ratio between grain and water. Just gonna add that right straight in. To the pan. We're gonna actually simmer this like a stew. And what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of water to this.